If there's one thing in this world that weebs love more than anime, it's turning innocent inanimate objects into anime girls that they can then lust over and make memes of. But in this past week, they've really turned it up a notch. We all know about cat girls and monster girls. They've been around for over a decade and they continue to be popular. But somewhere around the early to mid 2010s, something changed. All of a sudden, cat girls weren't enough to satisfy weebs anymore. One of the first to break through was Neptune, the title character of Hyperdimension Neptunia. Her and the rest of the cast are humanized versions of video game consoles. Yeah, you had tsundere PlayStation, onee-san Xbox, and loli Nintendo. And this must have awoken something in weebs, because all of a sudden, they wanted to game consoles. That was just the beginning. Not long after, warships and aircraft carriers became anime girls in Kantai Collection. Well, to be totally accurate, it was girls who harbor the spirits of Japanese warships, but close enough. Literal boats became targets for weebs. At this point, they must have realized that things were getting out of control. They regressed, becoming obsessed with Felix from ReZero. It seemed like things were going to be okay, as we were back to normal cat girls. Well, cat boys. But oh how wrong we were. The lust came roaring back. It was small things at first. A dragon here, a loli Jack the Ripper there. Things that might make you raise an eyebrow, but nothing too out of the ordinary for weebs. But it didn't stop there. At some point in 2017, we had the birth of Earth-chan. That's right. Earth itself became an anime girl. And with it, we finally had definitive proof that Earth was in fact not flat. Now, you may be wondering, after looting Earth itself, what could possibly be next? Surely the weebs have run out of ideas. But that, my dear viewer, is where you're mistaken. For the weebs' appetite was voracious, and it became still more insatiable. Weebs looked into themselves to find the next thing to loot. And the answer was our own cells. And once they became bored of their own bodies, they looked beyond. Earth had been exhausted, but that didn't mean that there wasn't something else out there. When NASA revealed that first blurry image of a black hole, and the public collectively oohed and awed over this breakthrough, weebs saw something else. Something sexier. Weebs saw Black Hole-chan. They created her, and then they looted her. Earth, space, people, animals, inanimate objects, Clippy. Nothing was safe. And all of this brings us to now. If you aren't living under a rock, then you've probably heard of the meme to storm Area 51 later this year. Not to be left out, weebs plan to join the raid in order to find real catgirls or isekai portals. But amidst all of the raid drama, something else happened. Something that even I, one who had lost all faith in my fellow weeb kind, didn't see coming. Weebs created Area 51-chan, and then they looted her. At this point, I don't think it will ever stop. And frankly, I'm scared, but also excited to see what comes next. There is nothing that weebs won't turn into an anime girl.